You didn't hear me last night?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I went to move in bed and a cramp started, or a muscle spasm. And I don't know how this muscle can come all the way down my inner thigh and actually go down my leg at the same time, both at the same time. But
Sounds horrible.
it's really painful. And I'm like, I have to get up and start walking and praying and this and that. It used to last up to 20 minutes. If it wasn't for me being able to pray and do that, I would have been in hell for 20 minutes. And that's what it used to be like. And that's what started my whole fears of it coming on. Because it would last a while. Well, because I didn't know I should move. I just thought it just didn't seem like a regular just Charlie horse or anything. I don't know how to explain it. Because I've had those in school. But these are like, and I'm getting them all over my body. And he told me I get to feel his body.
Yeah. I see that in you. And I see it especially like as a high priest that you're literally bearing it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm having to give birth to this child.
yeah. But I read something else too, talking about the Levites. It said there, when the people around them, the rest of Israel isn't holy, it affects all their bodies because they have to bear some of the iniquity.
Can you repeat that?
Like when Israel's sinning, the Levites especially, it makes them more sick because they have to bear some of the iniquity.
Well,
And
that's what's
being
going on with
high
me.
priest, you got to bear the most.
Oh, that's what's going on with me right now too.
Yeah,
And I know this is something. This is weird because this was I don't know. This is everything's a symbol of something. And there's plagues coming.
Yeah.
And he wants to know that he wants to teach people. These are all warnings from Abba. They're all blessings in disguise.
Yeah.
He gave. Why did he have to give 9 of them to the world? Why did he have to do this in Egypt? Each one of them was a test. Are you willing to listen? No. Okay, I'm going to get stronger now.
Right.
That's why if he loves you, he comes with nice words at first. Moshe just asked him, "Hey, will you release my people? Let them come out of Babylon."
Right. No. Okay. Here's Nibiru.
Here's Nibiru. Nibiru on you. Hello. Here's my planet. Nibiru on you. See part. I think we should go get that 16 camera set and put it out here and everywhere.
It's a good idea.
And live in the world. Yeah. See all the others. Anyway, what were we saying? Oh yeah, then each plague, one upon the other, one upon the other. That's what he says. Come with nice words, but then come with a stick if you have to.
No.
I wouldn't let that Jewish man curse himself on Zion and by saying that he's spitting on the name Yeshua.
Which, like you said, means salvation.
It just means God's salvation.
So that's really bad.
So yeah, it didn't. Whether it was who I thought it was or whatever, he wanted to. It was his hatred that I rose up in him.
Yeah.
For untruth, for believing a lie, actually. But they think they're being more holy.
Yeah.
See, it's by their own righteousness they fall. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's all testing. It's all testing. And we're going to go through all these things. The Hebrew people I know are the most, especially the Levites and the Cohen are the most sick in the world because we're meant to be so holy.
Yeah.
And from where we've fallen from. We're literally Gomer. But he comes and gives us everything. You got to look around the whole story. Every religion, everything's about him.
Yeah.
Everybody was created to play a part in the whole scheme of everything. And for me, thank you. I'm so hungry. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Abba. Looks good. Please, Joan.
You can show them away.
Part of his kingdom. Thank you. Much perfect. You know what I wanted. Should you get something to eat?
I'm not hungry right now.
Wow. So what did I do? It was my own thoughts that he told me how many times not to use that cologne. That he didn't want me smelling like Babylon. He had actually offended him on Peter. And that's where he brought it up to me again.
This day.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, he reminded me of my big brother. That kind of spirit. Which was like, I look good all the time. I smell good. I do everything. You know what I mean? I've got this image. But the heart isn't always what it meant. It's what it says it is. But that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to expose garments with light. He told me I was a wedding tailor, wedding garment tailor. He told me that's what I was there at the wedding to do, the Kabbalah conference at Church of Philadelphia.
Now I'm thinking of the verse where it says the angels will go to them and be like, leave, your garment's not good enough.
The scripture's all about us.
Yeah.
And they're judging us for evil because they think, oh, it can't be you. It has to be one of our leaders within our organization because we're the most knowledgeable.
I know I told you, but remember the New Age lady who prophesied that Elijah was here gathering the 144,000 and that they were angels and they had to vigorously watch over the Torah?
I can't take it anymore. I mean, I now I have to just be what he tells me to be, and just it's what it is literally being myself, who I was created to be. It's literally the menorah was meant to have light in it. It wasn't just for the physical realm; it was to give off light. And I'm not going to hide that light under a bushel. I was prophesied to me by my son and him years ago. I can't do that anymore, and that's me hiding my gift. Because they're not going to like it. They're going to call it evil. Yeah. And I'm loving all that. I mean, it's like interesting how the flies are coming around. But isn't that coming around his body too now? There's wars happening anyway. This is all, it's on. Even Leland said it. This is war. I'm like, yes, it is. And I said, this is how the iron sharpens iron. He goes, no, it's not. I go, okay. This is how I want to eat. I like this kind of food. I actually don't want to eat meat anymore. I mean, I sometimes but I can't eat very much of it.
I feel like meat's supposed to be special.
And we really do need to know where it comes from.
Yeah.
Oh my God. The meat offerings. Is to shed the blood on the earth of that spirit. Maybe his feet did land there. Because I was not by being naked, but the lamb's feet.
Wait a minute, split the mountain into, what if that just means he's spiritually on the mountain? He's going to cause something to split everybody into groups.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, but that's a spiritual side of it, but I think it's going to be physical too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's a wonder of wonders of it creating something in the spirit from the physical, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, it'll probably come later.
As the fire comes. This rice we're eating, I would have normally thrown it away because little bugs got in it, but I wash it so much that I already even mentioned that. I think everything was in the bugs anyway, growing and this and that, and everything's part of his thing. We washed it, we spiritually washed it. And about that blanket, it was meaning all things of the kingdom. That's what he was showing me, that all things of the kingdom are worthy for the kingdom, out of love. All a part of his kingdom, all meant for something. Do we have a right to call anything that he created evil?
Right.
I get a lot of Christians that way, calling the marijuana plant evil. I'm here to judge them. I want them let them lie to us anymore. It harms the children. I could have had relief my whole life. Actually, I need to get my kids cards or something. I need to get them on it. I think because Nico, especially to help the CBD, really helps him. And I just said it's expensive.
Yeah.
But he needs it. There's something going on my nerve right here. This is warfare. We're being attacked constantly. Do you realize the whole world has been hating on us and calling us evil because I've been talking about curses and stuff? They're all attacking us and wishing harm upon us.
Yeah.
And it's his battle. Iron sharpens iron. These are in the heavens. These aren't just, these are big people. The king in us is bringing the kingdom. That's why he's going to bring the kingdom. By us, by giving us power. Those who unrightfully judge us, so those people in speaking curses upon us, have the right to take them to court. And if they're found guilty, to whatever degree, we can plunder them, in a sense. We can have their gifts.
That's what he said. He's going to take talents from some and give it to others.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't just, it was the ones that had the most. It was basically a bigger planet in the universe, I think.
Yeah.
The gravitational pull.
He who has much gets more, and he who has little loses everything, right?
Yeah, that little bit he has. Because it was that pride that little bit he has. He went and, like I had somebody was like, oh yeah, I heard him talk to me once. He said 2 words. And now he's like, God, talk to me. I'm like, he's telling me, he's waking me up in the middle of the night constantly. I mean, it's like only 2 words. But he still thought he was equal or maybe even higher. But see, that was how the kingdom was just coming by him. You're like, you look crazy, so you can't be anything. They think it's going to come through this worldly way of what looks good in the world.
No.
He's working through the peculiar stones. Those ones that he dropped and put back together. They're broken. The other ones are all white filler plates. They're like trainers to us, but everything is in his image. Everything was made from him, his imagination and everything.
Yeah, and like Kabbalists say, he can only create from himself.
I'm being cursed for saying that Kabbalah is good. All it means is receiving. Messed up. Don't just the word, but
If you look at the Aramaic Gospels, like there's one time where he says receive, but it's actually it's one of the forms of the word Kabbalah.
no.
It's like when it says he who, I think it's like when he says, I might be wrong, but when he says he who has ears, let him hear. It's like when he says let him hear, he's saying receive, and the word is actually a form of Kabbalah.
Well, that's all it is. He was teaching it to me since the 80s. I too thought Kabbalah was evil. And they're saying who enters through the other. Anyway, whatever it is, Abba's will be done. I know we'll be judged the way we judge. And Father, forgive me. Show me where I'm judging unrighteously. Help me take any logs out of my own eye, what I see out there. Thank you for taking the splinters out. Show us clearly what you say to us. Show us clearly how you want us to go forward. Oh my God, that ox. That's why Daniel was. See all these gifts. They were exposed at my house, and he felt what he felt. He felt a whole explosion of, and everything was perfect in his life from then on. Everything was going really well. Really. What was I gonna say? That ox. Everything I'm seeing, the oxes everywhere. It's like that are left. But this is built out of people. And you show me all the powers and principalities. And it's all to have authority over the whole thing. All these people are still saints. Or they're holy people that have reached up, many of the kings and priests, throughout the whole, it's a pyramid.
Yeah.
It's what built the world. You just need to look at it from a different perspective than what we were taught. You understand that God had, everything's already happened. And we're just playing it out now. Eyes, eyes, the nose. Eyes to see, single eye to see. Anyway, we were meant to experience all of it. To have deep roots, big fruits. I didn't experience homelessness. I didn't experience any of those things. I only did when I was traveling kind of as a prophet. It was not with no money or anything. But when it came down to it, I still have my cell phone with me to record stuff and keep contact. And I had a couple credit cards on there that could have worked. So I never felt what it felt like to truly be homeless and out. But that's where the puppy shalom was like. And those are going to be the happiest in the kingdom. And so that's why he's looking for those people right now. Because the others are normal, the white plates, they don't want to come to the wedding. So now he says, go out and gather the crazy, the weak, the poor, on the streets, the disabled, all those people. They all have special gifts. Because of their disabilities, they've created gifts somewhere else. A brother is talking about his friend that they're like dream warriors. And they're gifts because they can't come out of, they can't come out of whatever it is because of certain problems, health problems or whatever. They never become too large to even do anything, but they're gifted in something. Every curse is something of a blessing to find it. It's to bring us back. It's to get us to the point where we're groveling and being jealous of what the pigs are eating.
Yeah.
How low is that? How low is that? And here we got the pride of Ephraim coming home though, still with serious pride.
Yeah. I was reading a lot of stuff about pride of Ephraim and like a lot of warnings for it.
That's why I said I'm here to judge Jacob, huh?
A lot of verses were coming up, and then it talked about the Elijah that was coming to strike Ephraim.
See, and that's what he tells them. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because they're all too prideful. I got Jesus' blood on me. I cancel that in Jesus' name. Like I worked out of a higher name. Sorry. Higher authority than Jesus. That's blasphemy. Okay. You tell that to my master. That's the cool thing is we don't have to worry. Because it lies, you know what I mean? And they're all different levels though. Jesus has an authority, he has a kingdom. Yeshua, you realize every sound they make, it creates another angel, right? You said? Well, whatever you said, you
Yeah, he's an angel, that's right.
you create something. And that's what he said, I came in my own name and wasn't received. Another comes in another name, him will receive, but he's a fake Jesus. But because they gave power to it, it has power.
Yeah.
But that's why when it says, but didn't I heal in your name and do all this in your name? If they don't have the right heart, it's not from him. What I'm trying to say is, that's why he says, go away from me, you workers of lawlessness. I don't know you. To know him is to literally to follow his heart, follow his laws, and find what does he want.
Yeah.
That's giving yourself to him. So the world is going to be going through all kinds of pain and suffering right now. And it's sad, and it's to bring us from home. To wake us up to come out of Babylon. Can I have a little bit more? It was really good. But is there something spicy sauce, maybe the buffalo sauce, if it doesn't have?
You want buffalo?
I'd like a few drops of it, or something else. Yeah, I want something a little bit.
Okay, with the sour cream still?
Yeah, it was really good.
Same amount or?
No.
Less?
A third or half.
Okay.
Anyway, praise Yah. His kingdom come and his will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Can you pause that? Do you mind if we get my kids out here? Well, maybe it's all the poop from the puppy. No,
Probably.
Huh. What did I just say?
About how they all think he's evil.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that he shares with me all the time. He's like, truth is, it's me. You know, it's me. They hate you, but they think I'm evil. That he's an evil God. They would kill animals for him and do all these things, not realizing it's him. Showing his love for us. And laying his life down and laying his blood and go to the earth to be grounded here. It's actually a blessing for the animal.
No. I don't know who else said it, but talking about how the animal's soul gets to such a high level spiritually as it's going there.
That goes back to why he was wiggling his tail, and they were all saying that, oh, he's still alive, he didn't do it right or something, you know, he should be dead. And he was just sharing with me how he was wiggling his tail every time he was happy, and he was happy to go up there. He was happy that he shed his blood. That it started with the doggy's tail. You know, when they're scared, the tail goes under.
Mm-hmm.
And the sad thing is, most of the head I cut that far back, I didn't realize. But because I got scared that it wasn't sharp enough, because it wasn't going through the hair, that I did it really hard and fast, and it went really far.
Mm.
But that was an image of something as well. It left just the nervous system.
Mm.
What does that tell you? That's our harvest of the head. That's why he said, "Oh, goody!" He was excited to go on the altar. I'm serious.
Yeah.
That was to show me. I saw that afterwards, and I got pleasure from it. I got freaked out at first, but I got pleasure from it. He goes, "No, that was me being happy."
Mm.
keep sharing with me how the people that are judging me with logs in their eyes, you know, this food. I like the vegetarian stuff. I want to eat more like this.
Israeli style.
Yeah. On one burner and 2 pots.
That I burned.
We're learning, huh? He's so good. Such a good father. Anyway, until they learn how that we need to hear the Father's heart, and it's coming through His gifted children. When I saw Him years ago, I saw Him chasing. I saw like a father figure chasing a little school bus, and I knew it was like a disabled school bus. And like, what's going on? He like was trying to. My children are in there. And I knew it was a father talking, and he was telling me his children were the disabled ones. It was like he was really fond of them. The ones, because not only are they broken on the outside or whatever, they get broken because of what the world does to them. But that's what makes them so special.
Yeah.
That's why they make them his children. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, Dimitri brought me those. Those are sour.
Okay.
I know, but he brought them to me. Man.
Oh, you don't like them?
Oh, I'm loving this though. It's perfect. I want to eat like this more often. Dimitri, what's up, bud?
Good.
Good. Hey, point out him for a minute. I'm tired of it being on me. That beautiful face.
It's a fresh face.
The world needs to see that beautiful face.
Mm.
That brought me those sour things when I was having a sugar episode in the middle of the night.
You probably just out there regular Mike Nights, didn't you?
No, he knows.
Because they look just like the other box.
Already my nerves are on fire up here for whatever. It feels like I'm eating something really sour to where it hurts. That's the feeling I'm getting. It's what the nerves do. It's all like we're going through physical ailments and physical feelings of stuff that's all about His body. But it's about everything, His kingdom coming. It's about the birthing pains of being born in a whole other body. It's about the resurrection too. But anyway, Dimitri, what's happening? How you doing?
Good.
What are you up to today? We've been sharing. Abba was here speaking to us. It was amazing. I wish you can watch that video and maybe offer a gift of editing.
I would. Which one? The one last night?
No, just now. A little while ago, I had with Mom, where the flies were coming and talking to me. And I was talking about you too. I was talking about you with the roaches and the flies, and I need to be stepping because we don't even spray in the house anymore. And here I am, like walking scorpions out of the house instead of killing them. I'm having a problem killing things. I go off and on about it, but
I don't think we gotta have a problem with us killing bugs if they were coming and invading our house, trying to
that's
eat all
the
our
thing.
food.
That's why we're here with the light to bring rightful order to things. And His fire is going to do that. Everything's been out of balance because the evil was in control. Now it's going to be under control, under the Father's control, and then that's His kingdom's going to come. Then what he was sharing with me is, he just shared that with me just recently. That's how he talks to me. But the whole Peter's sheet of unclean foods included the unclean insects and stuff. He was saying that these things in the kingdom are going to be made holy because they're going to have love. They're going to be good ones of everything. He's redeeming the good out of all things. Because all things have good and evil. So he made it all like that so that they would learn and have growth. And then he's taken the ones that are repentant, that want to be willing to be a servant in his kingdom. We're supposed to be servants. That's what he's teaching us through stone. That's the kingdom right there. We're supposed to be serving each other.
Yeah. That's what they did. They walked around in a group of 13 people serving each other.
Then we have a temple. We need to do
13
that. We need to
tribes.
find our 13.
Thirteen serving each other within a hierarchy.
And see, they've already done all that. They made it all. The evil did it. Is that still on?
Yeah. I bet all the things with Freemasonry and their numbers, I bet they all come from Yeshua's teachings.
It is all. The 33rd degree and all that.
Yeah.
It's your spine. That's really going your, everything is about, we've got to be careful calling people evil just because of association stuff. Everybody was here to build something. The Nephilim built the Solomon's temple, didn't they?
Yeah.
The Freemasons got the secrets of building the temple, and they started building their own. But now Abba's spirit has become angry at how they were treating. He's coming home as the ox. He got angry at how they were treating the slaves, and how those that he left in charge were treating the world. And the tribe of Dan, that was the judge, supposed to be the judges of the world, and all this and that. Now he's coming home and he's angry, and he's demanding the land and respect and authority. It's coming slowly. It's coming through his people, through his body. But we all have to give to the whole. Like what he told me, you have to give yourself to the whole. It's not doing what you want to do, because so many times we don't want to do something because we're afraid of what they're going to think of us. And we don't lose them as a friend or whatever. Acquaintance, work, but we're going to be tested all the time, whether we're going to be a light or a dark person in every situation. What are you going to be? Are you going to be working for the light, or are you going to be working for your own darkness? That's why the big test is now is like, whose kingdom are you building?
Yeah.
I'm literally laying my life down for this. I laugh at when he calls me king. It really is funny. But we'll see. It's going to be him doing it, right? This is so good, honey. I know. It was your recipe, though, that you gave me. I went by it at the start. Yeah. I didn't alter it much.
We'll see how much when I make it.
You can get credit for finding somebody else's recipe
I
and
can.
giving it to me.
I can do that.
Yes. Because God used that woman's gift to give it to me through you. It makes you a messenger. I know he. Sorry, is this videotaping?
Yeah.
Me eating?
Yeah.
How about we tape you a little while? You got so much to say. Why don't you do that?
Okay, I only have a couple things to say.
set up for you here?
I can just put it on the.
Yeah.
So I found this writing recently called "The Secret Gospel of Mary Magdalene." It's got good stuff.
Yeah, I think I've heard it.
It's very holy.
Yeah.
You never know with the Gnostic ones because there are some that are evil.
Uh-huh.
There's some that say he's like an evil Old Testament God who wanted sacrifices. Basically what the Christians say.
Yeah.
And that Jesus came as a new God. But anyway, this one talks about the baptism of the Holy Spirit, the baptism of the fire, and the baptism of the Christos.
3 different ones?
Yeah, well, plus the water. It's 4, actually.
Oh.
You get water, Holy Spirit, fire, and then the Christos up your spine.
Wow.
The oil.
The oil. That's so cool. It's just us becoming the temple they're created to be.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to call it evil because it doesn't fit in their box.
Yeah.
Not for this. A box that contains it all is a box I judge it by.
No.
Anyway, anything else?
There were like 4 verses in the book of Enoch that said that we get to do the judgment as we please.
Yeah.
It
He
says,
was
like,
telling me that same exact thing.
Yeah.
He goes, you get to choose. I can't believe years ago I was traveling with Rodney. I go, you don't know what this is. I can't believe I was talking like this. I go, this is an interview. That's what I told him. It was an interview. And I didn't even know how much of what I was saying back then, but it's true now. I realize. We get to judge and we get to decide. He's been telling me for a long time, you get to decide who's in your kingdom. Just like it always is in every kingdom. Every teacher has a kingdom beneath them. And you're no higher than your teacher.
No.
Well, my teacher is the Father now. I mean, I came in through Jesus. And rose up because that was the bait. All part of his plan. You know, but I felt his spirit. I only knew it as Jesus because that's the name they told me he was. But I met him. It was Yeshua. Anyway. So it's awesome. That's what he talks about, us waking up at the end.
Yeah.
I know how it comes.
There's so many Dead Sea Scrolls too that talk about in the very end the authority goes from Aaron down. It talks about like there's a distinction between the seed of Aaron and then the Levites and then everybody else.
Yeah.
It talks about that in Ezekiel too.
It's the inner part of the
Everyone
flame where he
thinks-
told me I was going to be living.
Everyone thinks everyone's equal, and there's so many things that say it's not.
No. And that's why he gets us to judge from the bottom up.
You know where that came from? The everybody equal. It came from the protocols of the elders of Zion.
Really?
It says, I'm paraphrasing, but it says, make the stupid goy believe in equality. And, like, they were talking about making them hold signs about America and equal rights.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, because they're too stupid to look around in nature and see that everything's based on hierarchy and that there's no such thing as equality in that way.
That's why he tells me you have a right now to plunder them. Because that's what they've been doing to us. Can I have some? That's what they've been doing to us.